Oh, here we are again now, and it's like no time has passed. Gazing out upon the sunset as it sinks into the night. Many times it seemed as though a given day might be our last. Face to face with certain death, it's somehow coming out alright. I don't think that we have any cause to lament, but there's quite a lot of thrilling intent, thrilling intent, thrilling intent, thrilling intent.
In the other room, Gregor, Mercy, nothing happens this time. Nothing gets added. You are free to do whatever you're going to do for one entire action.
All right, I'm going to try something real quick for you because we need you at tip-top shape with a glaive of some sort. Mercy is going to grab the ladle, or what remains of it.
Not much.
And she is going to superheat her hands while also holding like another pair of tongs, and in her bare hand, she is going to start squeezing the heated metal to start flattening it out to give it a more blade-like shape. It's not perfect, but it's at least more of a glaive than what you had been given before.
Excellent. Gregor, you will take 1d6 forward on your next attempt to attack something. Is there anything that you wish to do?
Yeah, well, while Mercy is doing that, Gregor is gonna, stumble jog over here to where these creatures are starting to break through, and
Jambalaya follows.
just use the poker to kind of stab at them through the door and delay them until Mercy could finish her work.
Rebuff them. Okay.
Cool.
This is you just putting in whatever effort you can to shore up your defenses while there's a lull. Okay. Harlock, Marcus, you guys move over to the next containment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Here we go. Whew. So far, so good, right? Mostly?
Yeah, this has been going great, Mia says, having sustained no injuries.
I mean, Mia is absolutely vital to this fucking plan.
But yes, this one you actually managed to disable with no one getting wounded. You managed to squeak on by. Harlock, you start to feel the backlash coming for you a little bit, and then you're like, nope, not this time. You pull your hand away with just enough time. Marcus scours it off, and Mia smashes it in one fluid motion.
Beautiful.
Well, that went smoothly.
Let's just do the rest exactly like that.
Somehow I doubt that will happen.
Hey, have confidence, bud. Have confidence.
You guys charge into the hallway, and as you do, you hear a loud and hideous hiss. From one of the other rooms, you hear the vat discharge, and a creature touch down in the other room, and you hear, paired with it, a horrific whinny.
That's not a good sound.
Oh, good.
Great.
Maybe it's a donkey.
As if that would be better?
It'd be smaller.
Similarly, around that time, something worms its way through the hole in the ceiling. Mercy, Gregor, it's your go first.
Yeah, Mercy hands it to you and is like, I do so much better work. You have to believe me. This is not it's not important right now. Mercy is going to scoot on ahead, and she is actually going to wait. She's going to wait for this thing to open its mouth, and she's got her hand ready to summon something, because she just realized there's something else there's no way they could have moved.
Ooh, excellent. Okay. So it's going to move forwards, and yes, as predicted, it opens its maw wide, getting ready to devour you.
Ooh.
So what she does is she does an uppercut to send it upwards so that the mouth is open directly above. And then above her, I don't know if you've seen this before, but there are these things I think they're called smelting bowls, where it's basically this massive stone bowl that holds a bunch of heated liquid metal, and you pour it over. Now this is like
a crucible?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. So this is like hundreds of pounds of heated liquid metal pouring into an open mouth.
Wow.
Excellent. You force its mouth open and kerchung! It touches down on the ground, its wings struggling to move it upwards. This one is more or less held fast in place. Gregor.
Now Gregor has a makeshift glaive in his hands, and it's still hot from Mercy's retooling of what was once a mere ladle. And it's like steaming in his hands as he holds it, but that doesn't bother him because he's Gregor. It's a glaive. It's great. Now that it's got the reach, he can thrust it through the hole in the door and properly reach these creatures and stab through them. Man, it feels good to have a glaive again, even if it is a ladle glaive. The weapon, still hot and sizzling at the end, goes right through this angel, like right in the mouth and right out the back, and there's a hiss as steam escapes before Gregor retracts it. Oh, Mercy. You make a pretty good glaive.
Well, thank you so much. You eat your metal right now. Yes, thank you so much.
Fantastic. You three down here, what's the plan for you? This one, the one that Mercy is currently force feeding, is more or less, it's for the moment incapacitated. It isn't a factor for you. Like, it's mostly a speed bump. It's the best description.
Harlock, since she's behind, will actually grab both of them with her normal arm.
Yeah.
And then extendo arm past the speed bump
Oh,
so that we can get through the
nice.
door.
Oh, okay. Which door?
So
Top
she'll
or
hook
bottom?
on to like one of these. Oops. One of these little
One of these?
notches. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you heading up top or down bottom? It's very important.
Dad, hit the deck!
Let's get bottom done
Okay,
first.
again, bottom.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Gregor, hit the deck!
You yell, Dad, hit the deck. Gregor, hit the deck. They, Bream, taking not even a second, ducks low, and Harlock, you throw your armor on the two of them, and almost like a slingshot, you build up speed, fire your arm, grab the corner, and fly over Marcus's dad, Gregor, and just scoot sideways into this room, sliding baseball style, burning, like, fucking just, you give yourself, like, rug burn with whatever pants you're wearing, but yeah, you manage to slide into the room, and there you see it. Horse.
Holy shit! What a rush! And that's a horse!
It wasn't a donkey.
Marcus, you still have an action that you could take.
Yeah, since Harlock was so fucking great, just like getting all of us over here instantly, Marcus touches down and comes out Eldritch Blasts a blastin'. Immediately just throwing 2 rapid shots, aiming for this thing's, mostly for the thing's eyes and, forehead.
Hit after hit impacts the horse. It lets out a defiant whinny. Mercy, what's the plan from you?
Let's see here. This thing is not dead, I presume.
It's not dead. It's, for the moment, immobilized. You get the feeling that the way to make that permanent is by killing it, but killing it now would take time, so you have a decision to make.
Wouldn't the metal inside it be setting about now?
It's be setting right about now.
He's getting heavy.
It's gotten heavy.
Yeah. Okay. I think what Mercy will do then, is she's going to desummon the Crucible. There's no need for that anymore. It's done its purpose. And I think she's just gonna superheat her gloves and just keep punching this thing over and over again as the liquid metal is solidifying, so that it has nowhere to go but keeps basically getting sandwiched between metal from her fist and the metal that's cooling inside of it.
Oh,
Damn.
beautiful. Yes, you easily inflict a wound on the creature as you just bear into it. It can't even fight back. You're just wailing on this thing. It's on the verge of death. Gregor.
Now that he's got his glaive again, Gregor can confidently take the stance of the charging Minotaur. And this door down here is just in shatters. It should pose no issue for him to blast right through, which he does.
Okay, you manage to you stab into this creature and you start to carry it away down the hallway. And it's about that time that you notice, thunk, it whacks into another one. However,
Jesus.
this one is severely wounded immediately in front of you.
Gregor does not exit the stance, the running part of the stance. He continues pushing forward with all his might, as hard as he can, empowered by the joy of having a glaive once again. He pushes into this creature and begins driving them both back. Gregor slams into this creature, slams into the other one, and it slams into the wall, and this one dies. It's had enough. It just dies.
Yes.
And, his beautiful new glaive, though, even though it was temporary, he's still sad to see it go, because it just crumples.
Oh,
It smashes apart in your hands, and the creature looks down at you, now weaponless.
Yeah, the ladle was not made to withstand Gregor's strength.
Yes.
I mean, it did great for holding up as long as it did.
All right, Marcus, you've been trying to avoid this pop quiz for all this time, but I'm going to need you to find out what the square root of that rune is without me.
Okay, I've done this on 4 already. I can find that rune. It looked a little bit like a plate of spaghetti with feet.
I'll give you an honorary kindergarten alchemy graduation if you can pull this off. And then
Honestly, that would be wonderful.
And Harlock is going to trick shift her arm into that sickle mode.
Cool.
She's going to go sickle mode, and she's going to fire the arm, kind of like a boomerang, around so that it hooks into the wall behind this horse.
Yeah.
And she's going to launch herself on the other side so that she can kind of what's the word? When you choke somebody with wire?
Oh, yeah,
garrote.
like a road.
Garrote them?
Yeah.
Yes, a garrote. Yes. She's gonna garrote the horse.
I believe it is pronounced garrote, by the way. Sorry.
Ah, I see.
Garrote.
You garrote the horse.
Thank you.
As you fly around it, striking at you managed to strike at both of its sides, and you produce this quicksilver blood as you move around. You slide across the ground again, reskinning your knees, and you look up and over at the creature as it's going to take its retribution action. It's going to.
Is that a joke at my expense?
No. Not in this instance, no. It's going to Marcus.
Before it does its retribution action,
Yes.
Harlock is going to, in that kind of Spider-Man stance, admire how cool she looks in this moment.
Yeah, you admire how cool you look, and because you
Alchemy
had two,
Sensei, you're amazing!
you had 2 clean successes. Mia's gonna duck the fuck back before this happens. First of all, Mia ducks back into the hallway, then sees this thing, and then absolutely goes and wails on it with her sword, finishing it off.
yeah.
But Marcus, in your instance, this creature lets out a roar, an uncharacteristic sound from a horse, and like almost lines of flame carve the ground apart, immediately slicing through to the side. Marcus, you're caught in sort of like your left side, ducking behind this this capsule for cover, but you managed to sort of negotiate your momentum into swinging yourself up on the side. Time to decide if you're going to take a wound or be
Disadvantage, please!
Okay, you swing yourself up and along the side of this capsule, and in doing so, your momentum actually, for once, your weight pays off, I suppose. Or, your weight registers with an object, and a combination of this horse making this teeter and you being on its side causes it to tip to the side, hit the ground, and start to roll with you on it.
No. This is a comedy of errors.
This is a comedy of errors.
Welcome to my life.
Harlock, you see this happen. Mia's going to move over in this direction. She can't do anything at the moment. I believe it would be Mercy, your go.
Okay. Mercy is kind of resetting herself, trying to understand like where she is needed right now. And then realizes that she hasn't seen Gregor in a while. Oh no. And she runs out here and sees, oh boy, yeah, Gregor, how bad a shape are we looking here?
Great. Gregor's looking really bad, and he's disarmed.
Jambalaya runs down the hallway to back Gregor up.
You dropped the wedge axe, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Mercy is going to grab that, and she just yells, Gregor, duck! And she is going to spin down the hall and just whip it as hard as she can, this wedge axe.
The imp
Excellent.
stands tall.
You fling the axe past Gregor, and it just splatters into the creature, sending out a wave of molten metal blood. It's around this time that, Harlock, I want to know what's going through your head.
Okay, so we're in this Three Stooges episode over here.
No.
But I disarmed it!
You did disarm it.
I did? Oh no, I thought I disarmed it.
No, you did not disarm this one. This one is still armed, the one that you're currently riding.
Fuck.
Okay. I assume because the failsafe went off and this horse was produced that this one is done.
Yeah, that one is done. There is no more material left inside.
Okay, so what Harlock is going to do is she's going to wait for the ball rider to ride out of this door.
I see.
And then she's going to, because she still has this horse garroted.
Yes.
And she's going to kind of struggle out of this door as we all kind of go out together and close the door and detach the rest of her arm so that she's kind of got it stuck in a web.
Oh, that's excellent. Okay.
That's a great idea.
Oh boy, okay. This is, I think this is when this happens.
Oh boy.
When was the good thing? Why is the bad thing happen?
No, listen, it's fine. Some good things can happen sometimes.
Good to know.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Around this point, you hear, between all of Marcus's screaming, because he is attached to the side of the ball, and as he goes, he's going, and like, Mia's out in the hall, you hear, duck, and then a slam and a clang. You almost don't hear it. Mia very tepidly, and she taps you on the shoulder, Harlock, and it's around that time that you just feel you can't even turn around fast enough before you feel just the rush of cool air past your face, sending your hair like flying forwards as a colossal object flies past you, Harlock, and impacts the creature, spearing into it. Your garrote sort of worms its way around the object, becoming entangled, the horse landing on the ground, the coils binding inwards into a cocoon. Everything has fallen to hell, and you look around in silence as another figure towers over you.